Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is a video I wanted to do weekly, right? I want to make this a weekly segment. I did one of them, then I forgot. It's like, see, this is what happens when you do things on your own, right? You forgot. I had a client. I really needed to get a job done for them yesterday. And as I was wrapping, I was like, oh my God, I forgot. Listen, this is what it's like getting old, right? You just forget things. I don't know what to do. Although, you don't forget the things you really want to forget, right? I still, remember the time as children. No, that's still there. That won't go. Well, actually, it's kind of going because I think it's being retconned away. But anyway, that's just my opinion. We'll find out in 9 months. Anyway, this is something I wanted to do every week, like a wrap-up of the news. Like, what happened? See, here's the thing. I do things that I would find interesting, right? Hopefully you find them interesting too, and therefore we all find them interesting. I'm just seeing there's a box up there, like right on top of my head, right there. The light is really shining onto it. Why is it? I think it's Monty Python. That's really bizarre. Okay, but it's kind of distracting me. I want to put my sunglasses on. It's really bright. What is up with that? Anyway, I digress, ladies and gentlemen. That was the week that was. That is what this segment is. That was the week was. We're going to be going over everything that happened over the past week. Well, not everything. Within reason. All the main Doctor Who no, Doctor Who news. All the main Doctor Who news that happened this week. Not that much of it, right? I mean, it's getting strange out there, right? You get used to get articles about Doctor Who, constantly. Absolutely constantly. So now they kind of break into two groups. One, repeating the same story over and over and over and over again. I kid you not, I saw a new article, not an old one, a new article saying, the new era of Doctor Who might have spin-offs to it. I don't know. Really? I mean, a new article. How many times do they make that same sorting article? All right. And when actually something happens, there's a big flurry. That happens, right? Whenever we see, look, I don't know whether they can get Millie Gibson a picture of her. Why not? Why not indeed? She does look fantastic in every. Mind you, so does Ncuti. I think it's the best looking Doctor companion combo. I mean, look, who's close? Sixth Doctor and Perry. Well, they were half okay. Was she good looking? Was she just very sexy? I don't know. I will spend a lot of time thinking about this. Okay, I will spend a lot of time thinking about this. Probably shouldn't do that. You'll go blind. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment is basically what I'm trying to say. Like, share, subscribe, comment. That'd be very, very good. Thank you very much. I'm recording this on Thursday morning, February 23rd, right? Hopefully this is going out Friday afternoon afternoon for me, mid-afternoon for you. It'll be Friday the 24th, right? So hopefully nothing new happens. If something new happens, there will be an insert. And that always makes you laugh, okay? That always makes you laugh. There will be an insert. It'll be around here. But maybe there wasn't one. Maybe there was. I don't know. We'll find. It's not always. It's very rarely, actually. I guess we'll find out. But like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you very much. I am very grateful for you doing that. And I say it by rote, but I mean it. I genuinely am grateful. Thank you very much for hitting the subscribe button. Look in the video notes. You'll find my Instagram, my Twitter. That's the main one I use. Substack. That's my email news. Oh, yeah. You want to sign up for that? Because coming this week on Substack, we have an AI version of Colin Baker reading the awesome Millennial Rights, right? I think I'm going to put out the intro chapter as a amuse-bouche, right? It depends. I'm doing this on Thursday. If I get this done on Thursday, I might put that out today, right? On Friday, right? So, which I'm quite excited about that one. And then last week, I did the first chapter of The Dying Days, as read by Paul McGann. I wasn't so happy with it, right? I really wasn't very happy with it because I played around with the settings a bit more and I came out it varied a lot and it just wasn't listenable in my opinion. So it varied a lot. Then I played around with it more. I worked out more what I was doing. And now it's perfect, right? It's perfect. So I'm probably going to put out half-hour segments, right? Each week, half hour. So, but sign up my Substack. That's where you get them from. If I get more subscribers on there, I'll do it more. It's that simple, right? It's really that simple. If you subscribe, I will plow that into the AI voice cloning generator and do it tons more, right? I will do it more. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Substack, yeah, we covered everything. Let's get into the news. That was the week. That was. I never saw that, but I did like the song, right? I thought that was a clever idea. But this is what I think is my favourite story of the week: is Russell T Davies blast idiot BAFTAs for merely considering Bernard Cribbins to appear in the TV ceremonies in memorandum. It's in memoriam segment. Yeah. See, this gives me a lot of hope. Because clearly, or not clearly, in my opinion, the reason Bernard Cribbins was left off because he was a bit too white and a bit too male, right? And they're just lots and lots of bigots and racists and sexists working in entertainment industry now who are convinced beyond convinced that they are the anti-bigots and the anti-sexists and the anti-racists, but they actually are the racists, right? They 100% are. They don't like white people. They don't like masculinity. They don't like white male patriarchy, and they don't know what they're bloody talking about, right? So they probably saw Bernard Cribbins say, "Oh, a white male." Certainly they got too much play. We're not going to put him in memorandum section. Well, you should have done, really. Let's see what happened. Russell T Davies gave BAFTAs a piece of his mind. And again, isn't it great that Russell T Davies is at such a strong position in his career that he can spank the BAFTAs? Like, not many people can do that. And yeah, this gives me a lot of hope about the future Doctor Who, because it's being so freaking normal, right? This is a normal person reacting, being normal, right? It's like that we don't get that much anymore. People just being normal, right? So that's why I think the new era of Doctor Who is going to be pretty good, right? Because I think he understands normal people want to watch Doctor Who, right? Normal people want to watch Doctor Who. After they said they would consider putting Cribbins in the TV in memorandum section, the 76-year-old 76 BAFTA awards faced backlash after the legendary actor did not appear in the film memorial segment in last night's ceremony after he died at the age of 93. Last job he did was Doctor Who. Look, Bernard Cribbins, was just wonderful, right? Bernard Cribbins was really just wonderful. Dame Olivia Newton-John, she's dead? Blimey! I'm sorry to hear that. Ray Loretta, he's dead as well. Anne Hesh, Irene Carr, James Caan died? Blimey, I'm behind the news. Robbie Coltrane were all mentioned in the black and white tribute. Really? And he couldn't get Bernard Cribbins there? Somebody who made everybody smile always? Really? I mean, that's really what he was. The actor's career spanning many decades. He was best known for his roles in the Carry On franchise. No, he's not! Bernard Cribbins is best known for being Bernard Cribbins, just being awesome. The Railway Children. I want to watch The Railway Children. Oh. He also starred in 40,000 and rated The Wombles and played Wilfred Mott in Doctor Who. Fans were outraged. Oh, God, stop being outraged, okay? Here's an idea. Everybody stop being outraged. World War III is about to start. Literally about to start, right? Quit with the outrage. We don't need the outrage. Just be nice to each other. How about that? May I make a recommendation, regardless of if World War III is about to start or not, regardless of if this is the actual biblical end of days, which I think it is, right? I might be wrong, right? Can I just make a recommendation to everyone? First, get emergency food. I can't get it because they don't have kosher ones, but you have these bricks, they last forever. You're gonna want that. It's like $100 investment to be reasonably, to be a little bit safer. But what I would recommend, really, and again, doesn't matter if this is the end of days or not. I think it is. I think we're all gonna get through it, right? But I think the function of this it's been a long time coming. This last couple of years been agonizing. I think the function of it is to clear to make it is giving us an opportunity to show God. And again, I'm not telling you to believe in God. This is just what I believe, right? Who we really are. So you know what? Show God who you are. You're all good people. I mean, really are. But you know what? I can say that with quite a strong assurity. It's because most people are good people, right? That's the truth. Most people are good people. go and show God you're a good person, right? Go and volunteer in an old age home or a homeless shelter. Really, go visit the sick. These stupid little things will make you feel freaking awesome. They do. It's the strangest thing. Giving makes you feel good, right? It will make you feel good about yourself. And for good bloody reason as well. So that's number one, especially helping out in an old age home. I recently watched the whole season of Derek, and two seasons of Derek, and I loved it. And it really was. That's Ricky Gervais show. Really impacted upon me, right? But yeah, go to just do good things, right? I don't think we got that much time left. Just go and do good things, right? And it's good for you to do good things. So stop with your bloody outrage. Fans were outraged over that. I mean, we were. While as one row was rather astonished not to see Bernard Cribbins being honoured, a national treasure held dear by the majority of the nation, vast majority. Limited time isn't a justified response. I'm sorry. You're absolutely correct. The awards body are also being slapped with the BAFTA so white hashtag. I know. Getting it from both ends, getting it from like right-wing Bible thumping nutters like me, and also the toxic fandom as well. Oh, BAFTA so white. I mean, for God's sake. Although, you know, like somebody must have been asleep at the wheel that they didn't like rig the voting to have more representation, right? Although again, I think all that's pretty much over now. They've worked out that you know, that while it makes them feel good about themselves, which is I think the entire point of the exercise, to bang on about representation. Right, I think that's what it is. It makes them feel good. They also know it also makes them poor, which makes them not feel good about themselves. So, you know, man, why did it have to take 5 years for them to work that out? They could have listened to me 5 years ago, but no, I guess not. Response to Cribbins' backlash with an apology. Okay, well, let's get to the Rusty Davis bit, which is why we're reading this, right? So fine. It was a... Well, they're not even showing Rusty Davis' actual thing that he's... here we go, fine. They should have showed his Instagram message, right? No, guess not. With limited time, they said in our broadcast, it isn't possible to honour all those who have sadly passed away. Bernard features in our online records. Really? Really? That was really bad, right? That was really, really bad. He's in our online records. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Should be in your bloody hearts. What's wrong with you? Right, and given his influential work on TV, he will be considered. What the fuck? Yeah, we're going to consider. You know, this was a 20-year-old intern writing this tweet. An idiot. Oh man, look. I am a big one for not giving kids participation trophies. But if you're giving a kid a participation trophy all their life, maybe they need to get a good solid whack in the balls, right? Be they male or female, it could be either way now. Now, repeatedly when they do things like this, that will bring them back into line, right? Not literally. Don't attack anyone. Violence is bad, right? Violence is bad. It'll be considered for a television awards broadcast. That didn't seem to have the desired effect. Though, as many, including legendary screenwriter Russell T Davies, look, here's the thing. I think Russell T Davies is loyal, and I think he's just got a lot of good character traits, right? I really do. I do that. I think that from watching all of his stuff. I think he's just got a lot. I think he's loyal, and I think he's honest, right? And I think he's loyal and loving, right? That's the main thing about Russell. I think he's genuinely a loving human being, right? And again, if you watch his work, it's all about the different types of love and the interconnections of love between people. And it really, it could be romantic, it could be platonic. It's all about loving people, right? Which again, I just think is good news. Really, he's really the perfect person to take Doctor Who forward, because he loves Doctor Who. He's completely kosher to the crazy, white male patriarchy hating BAFTA people, right? And he's got a clout there, and he knows Doctor Who, and he's freaking awesome writer, right? So, you got all that going for him. So, yeah, he hit back at the wording, referring to the fact that Cribbins has only been considered for the award ceremony, which will take place this year. It's fair enough to remember Bernard Cribbins at the TV BAFTA, not the film. That's the way to really kick someone in the balls, by the way, like verbally. You start off with a compliment. Say, that was right. You did the right thing. To say he's being considered is the work of an idiot. Probably, again, a 20-year-old idiot. Wrote the It's a Sin creator. Yes. Others agreed. Well said, Russell. I said the same thing over on Twitter. He should be definitely not considered. John Barrowman replied to him on his Instagram, right? And they had a little back and forth saying, yes, it's a crazy world we live in, John. It's a crazy world. Which, I don't think is an indication that Captain Jack's coming back. I don't think the BBC would let that because they got egg all over their bloody face. But it's nice to see that they seem to be friendly, right? That seems to be nice. So there you go. That was the big story this week. Oh, here's a little one just came out today, which I thought was yesterday, I should say. Doctor Who's Carol Ann Ford loves David Bradley's First Doctor. I quite like David Bradley's First Doctor. I think it's reasonably different from William Hartnell's one, to be sure. Look, if you want more accurate, I would say Stephen Noonan over at Big Finish. I haven't listened to his new box set, just came out this month. I'm still listening to the Time War one with Paul McGann, which is actually way better than I thought it would be. Which is always nice, right? It's always nice when these things are better. William Hartnell originated the role in 63. But who was better? David Bradley or Richard Hundell? Yes, you're the only person who would know, Carol. You're the only person who would know. Doctor Who legend Carol Ann Ford has heaped praise on David Bradley for his portrayal of the first Doctor, William Hartnell, who originated around 60. When was this? Before his death, Hartnell paved the way for numerous actors that would follow in the footsteps of blah, blah, blah. The actor died in 1975, age of 67, but that wasn't the end of the first Doctor story. After playing Hartnell in a docudrama in The Adventure of Time and Space, Bradley made an appearance as the first Doctor in Doctor Who. David Tennant's idea, baby. This is why it's good to have fans create Doctor Who, right? It's Doctor Who magazine really it became what it is. Well, it's coming back to what it is now. Really became what what it is when the fans took over the asylum in the 90s. I would say when Gary Russell was the editor. That's really what it became. What it is now. Speaking exclusively to the Radio Times, Ford, who starred as Susan in the very first companion, alongside William Hartnell, said of Bradley, "I think he's absolutely great. He does him beautifully." And the great thing is he doesn't try to physically impersonate Hartnell. Well, that is true, right? It is an interpretation of the first Doctor. Again, people were so mad at Twice Upon a Time. Like, just so mad. How dare they make jokes about the first Doctor being sexist? He was... everybody was reasonably sexist. I mean, look, the toxic, crazy fans, they're wrong. They say everything in the past was bad. You got to put a... trigger warning on channels of Wen Chiang because you're a moron, right? That's they're crazy, right? But that doesn't mean there wasn't sexism and racism in the past. One of my favorite things Adventures 30 Years in the TARDIS. Kevin Davis, 30 years or more than 30 years in the TARDIS. They got Terrence Dicks being interviewed. He says, this. There is some accusation of sexism leveled at the companions, and they're not entirely not true. And it's true. Like, go make the tea, dear Polly, would you? I bet Polly knows how to make a good cup of tea, right? I bet Polly knows how to make a great bloody cup of tea. I think she probably knows how to give a good blowjob too, by the looks of it. But I don't know. But I was going to say I would like to find out, but Annette Wells, I think I might need a time machine to find out, right? Otherwise, I don't want her teeth falling out or anything. That'd be bad. Anyway, I digress. Married to the Celestial Toy Maker, just as a weird little segue there. And the thing is, he doesn't try to physically pose it. He embodies the essence of him. He's terribly He's terribly, terribly keen to get everything right and not to offend fans. He's a very, very good actor. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get there's a like kind of nice sweetness about him, which you get that with the Hartnell ones, especially with Vicky and with on audio with Dodo, which is why I like the Stephen Noonan one, right? Because you really do get that like soft sweetness, but the underneath the crabby old man thing, which I think Dave Bradley does well. Bradley previously held Hartnell's total dedication to Doctor Who, saying in an interview on the show's official YouTube channel, he laid the template. Well, truly, Patrick Troughton did, really. The template for Doctor Who, I would say, was laid mostly in the War Machines, right? And again, that great scene where you got the Doctor standing in front of the military, right? And the War Machines come up and they all scarper. He's left standing there on his own. One of was it the end of episode 3? Is that, I think? I can't remember. Great cliffhanger, right? Great cliffhanger. It was his as it was. He started. He laid the template. All the other subsequent doctors, they all owe a lot to William Hartnell. As it was, it started this phenomenon. Well, Peter Capaldi tried to like touch back at William Hartnell stuff, and it didn't really work. Right? People didn't like it that much. He says the Doctor now is much more of a cosmic imp. Right? It was absolutely great. We got on terribly well. He was extremely helpful. Very experienced. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, he likes him, right? Karen Falls counts Edge of Destruction as her favourite episode of all time. That's a good one, actually. Super duper, energetic. Chris, was it? But of all time. But she's a big fan of the super duper energetic Christopher Eccleston. But when asked about her favourite dog, she only had one answer. My grandfather, the defining one, the original and the best. The definite article. There are loads of other good ones too, but he was the defining one. He felt he really personified the essence of the Doctor. He really did. I guess, it's in the eye of the beholder. Who's my favourite Doctor? It's really whoever I'm watching at the time, right? For me, I see Sylvester McCoy being such an ultimate Doctor. Then I go say the same thing about Tom Baker. Then I say the same thing about John Pertwee. And all of them, right? All of them. I like all the Doctors. I do. So this is an interesting little story, right? This one came out today. Karen, darling, don't trust your media handlers, okay? Don't trust your media handlers. Karen Gillan hits back at the sexist trolls mocking new Guardians of the Galaxy poster. Well, this sexist troll will be me, but this was originated by Gary from Nerdrotic. So he passed this, how it started, and we see super sexy Karen Gillan. Okay, they give it a way bigger boobs. They over-sexualized her. When I did a short about this, people thought I was saying she wasn't sexy in Doctor Who. She was super sexy in Doctor Who. What are you talking about? She was stunning. I mean, just stunning beyond stunning. But didn't do it for me. If she looked more like that, I would be able to. Yeah, look, they definitely sexualized her there, right? And again, not to say she wasn't sexy. Definitely sexualized her in this picture. This was from 2014, right? So this is about 9 years ago, right? So now we get to see how society has progressed over the last 9 years. This is the same character, same actor now, looks like a little boy. Like there should be some kind of middle ground from this to this. I mean, look, honestly, I'm happy sticking with this, right? I'm an heterosexual male, I like booze. What do you want at me? Yeah, that turns me on. This makes me go, oh my God, why is that little boy posing in a weirdly erotic way? I don't understand, right? I don't understand. So I think Gary has a pretty decent point. I think this definitely shows the degeneration. So, and I guess I understand that I don't think they bound her chest there either. I just think, they played up her sexuality one time and they didn't the other time because I think they're scared and confused on normative human sexuality, right? I think it genuinely scares them. So let's see what she's going to say. Karen Gillan hits back at the sexist trolls mocking the new... It's not sexist to say you're hot in one and not the other. Well, it kind of is. Fair point. Karen Gillan is well known for a role as Nebula in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and honestly, how she isn't huger in Hollywood is just a indictment of Hollywood. They were talking about her leading a Pirates of the Caribbean female version. She would have been brilliant, right? She really has the charisma and the talent and the ability to lead franchises. I genuinely believe it. I think she's personable. I think she's fun. I think she's interesting. I think she's a clever actor. That she's not getting more. That she's not leading massive franchises is crazy, right? It really, and she really should be. But Karen, don't believe it. Let's see what she said. Scottish actor Karen Gillan has stormed the US with with a part. It's a bit raw. I mean, I like you, but like, it's not. You're not Star-Lord, are you? Come on. Fun and process superhero genre, and also the character wasn't really. It was like angry, shouty character a lot. The post for Gun Galley Volume 3 caused a stir online when it was released, not because of the dog in the astronaut costume or the rat-like creature held by Pom Clem and Teeth. No, I didn't notice any of those things. What? She's holding a rat-like creature. Okay, and the dog in a spacesuit. All cool. Sexist comment about how Gillan looked flooded the response online. Yeah, you looked sexy in the first one. This isn't sexy. It's weird. I mean, that's really weird. It's just weird, darling. Fans instead took issue with the 37-year-old actress' awkward pose, but also the shape, the body shape causing the actress to speak out about it wasn't her creative choice. Shut up. Don't be ridiculous. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 official poster was released a long time. Trailer was released a long time. The poster letting fans know the third and definitely final installment in the franchise will hit theaters on May 5th. I think it's going to be good. The offending poster features the main cast and crew of the new Guardians movie with Gillan posing with an elbow up behind her head. Some declaring unfeminine. No, it's the lack of tits to be. It's the lack of tits or feminine shape to be unfeminine. Like, yes, that is not feminine. This is very feminine. See, look, it's a hourglass shape and tits. The tits are the important bit, right? And the waist, but no, okay. So, like, what did she say? Unfeminine. It is unfeminine. Negative response, after negative response, it took to TikTok to joke about her choice of business. Okay, can anybody tell me what I was thinking when I decided to pose like this on an international worldwide poster that will remain forevermore? I remember doing the pose and thinking, I look pretty cool here, so I take full responsibility for choice, and oh my, yeah, no. Listen, that's not how it happens. You take lots of pictures. This is how you make these things. You take lots of pictures, and some weirdo intern copyright editor picks the one they like, and they went for that was Photoshop to make her look less feminine. Speaking of somebody who knows how to use Photoshop, so was this to make her look more feminine, right? Yeah, obviously. So that's not really blasting. It's just that's just a TikTok. It's like take the piss a little bit. Obviously, she got like you didn't look like a girl in the picture. That was the problem. Gillan was able to make light of the situation with fans sending love and support to her. One joke fan start doing everything. It's not the pose. Again, that's what they always do. No, it's not happening. No, there's no toxic, anything. Jay Stu's named real name Megan Steinberg added, Nebula is an effing miracle because despite the fact she's being played by an objectively stunning Karen Gillan, she exists completely outside of the male gaze. Yes, there's not okay. The male gaze isn't wrong. Right? It's the way that we propagate as species and have done. And if we're going to look at the male gaze, she also put out this picture recently as well, this little story from her wedding, which was done secret last year. And yeah, look, now she looks like a girl. In that picture, looks beautiful. Absolutely looks stunning, right? there's nothing wrong with looking feminine, right? It's the weirdest bloody thing. People are very, very, very odd, right? People are very, very strange. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, we live in strange times. What's the next piece of news happening? Oh, yes, this piece of news happening this week. So this is viewer Anon, right? Viewer Anon, he's quite a good tipster. Apparently, I'd never heard of him before, but he's quite a good tipster. He's breaking all the news right now that the Aquaman, was it 2 or 3, whatever the new one is just tanking off the reshoots. It's doing really badly. The audience response is terrible, and Jason Momoa is out. I think the rumor is he's going to be Lobo, which is perfect casting. He looks like the perfect Lobo, right? But anyway, so he put this out. So this story has legs. Just because he's putting out this story has legs. He posted, Stephen Moffat looking quite happy with himself. Steve, I'm glad you're looking happy, mate. Ncuti Gatwa looking quite intense with himself, right? And then he put out a thing saying, written by Stephen Moffat. Now, Stephen Moffat very, very viscerally said, I am not going back to write Doctor Who, right? This is the 4th or 5th time I talked about it this week, right? So my guess is that he's headline, because his point was that he went to the point of making. What the trouble of making was, I'm a senior writer. I can't go back and be a junior writer again. That's a backward step in my career, and that's going to it's just going to hurt my career, right? No matter how much you like Doctor Who, it's going to hurt your career, right? So he said it must be ludicrous, but the idea of him being a showrunner on a spin-off show, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Who was it? Somebody commented when I first talked about it. I think TARDIS time. And please comment, by the way. This is why your comments are important, by the way. They add to the story, right? That maybe it's a Weeping Angels thing. And I can really see that being possible. Look, honestly, do you think it's unlikely that Rusty Davies and Stephen Moffat were together going, what the hell is with Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who? They're destroying Doctor Who, right? And before Chris Chibnall started, Rusty, I did a video on this about a year or two ago, but he was being interviewed on the radio saying, look, if Jodie Whittaker fails, it's going to reflect badly on everyone. It's going to reflect badly on me. It's going to reflect badly on Billy Piper, and David Tennant, and Christopher Eccleston. And it does. It really does, right? Which I think one of the big motivating factors of coming back. There's a lot of motivating. I think it was basically a perfect storm of awesomeness, right? Where I think the Chris Chibnall years was a perfect storm. When all different factors came together of awfulness. This is a perfect storm of awesomeness, right? Disney are fucked. So let me be clear. Disney do not have any room right now to do what they've been doing, right? With other franchises. They are fucked beyond fucked. They are they moved the Marvels, their big tentpole, very woke MCU movie, from the middle of the summer to November because they're embarrassed by it, because the culture war's over, they've lost, and they look like schmucks, essentially, right? They look like total schmucks. I think Rusty Davies taking over Doctor Who, another indication of that. But anyway, I can imagine being Rossi being apoplectic about what happened to Doctor Who, and also not understand what Doctor Who, what happened to representation, right? I mean, the basic argument behind all the toxic woke crazes that lived on Twitter, right, is that, wait a minute, society has more people in it than just white men. We should have truthers. We always had everybody, but not always. From the 2000s, basically everybody was represented, but it was a fair thing to say, right? And then they were like, oh no, when we say representation, we mean no, we don't like white people or white men. Straight white men, totally. Bernard Cribbins, we're looking at you. You are not getting in the BAFTA in memorandum, whatever it is, memoriam section. No, right. So anyway, I think Rusty was very upset about how much he hurt the Jodie Whittaker, era. Just hurt Doctor Who, hurt causes he cared about, hurt representation, hurt equity, hurt equality, hurt everything, because it was shit, right? That's what happens when you make pure undiluted shit. Something else they hurt was the Weeping Angels, right? The Weeping Angels, people loved them, right? And now they gave Chibnall the best result, but man, did they degrade them? Did they completely degrade those characters, those monsters, into being a taxi service? I mean, they just weren't scary by the time Christian will finish with them. So I could definitely see they be a Weeping Angel season. Again, keep in mind that Rusty Davis' last thing he wrote for Doctor Who, he set up the Weeping Angel's origin, you know, with the woman who was supposed to be the Doctor's mother, that whole plot thread that was completely left on Gallifrey, hiding a face like that. Yeah, they were set up to be the Weeping Angels very clearly. I can... And it fits into the Rusty Davis verse, right? We're doing stuff, we're going back to stuff he went to in 2005 to 2010. We're back on Minto Road, right? That got mentioned. Back in, was it Notting Hill Gate? It, like, everything's, yeah, so I can see that happening. I can see that story being picked up. I can see it being carried over. I can see that being appealing to Stephen Moffat and Rusty Davis and Disney. Everybody, I can say, and BBC, I can see it appealing to literally freaking everyone. Does that mean I'm right? No. Does it mean we all want me to be right? Yes! Yes, it does mean we all want me to be right, because that would be pretty darn freaking good, now wouldn't it? Yes, that would be pretty darn freaking good. Fine, so let's talk about the new era of Doctor Who. So this is something that's been going around this week. The idea that there have been some set reports that say Ncuti is playing the character very overtly gay, very flamboyantly gay, kind of like Amari Douglas in It's a Sin, right? It's kind of like John Inman in Are You Being Served, like super duper incredibly gay, right? I just find that unlikely, right? I really find it unlikely. I think there's going to be room in people's headcanon to say he's gay, but I don't think they're going to touch on his sexuality at all, right? I really don't. I think they want to make an iconic character again, and I don't think Rusty Davis is going to damage it by focusing on his sexuality. So at the same time, this article came out. Doctor Who star Ncuti Gatwa never publicly disclosed his sexuality, so stop assuming he's gay. That's actually a very fair point. I mean, I assumed he's gay because he looks a bit gay. I mean, look, mate. Maybe don't wear so many suits with your rippling washboard chest is open. It's open on display, right? Maybe don't do so much of that, and you won't look so insanely gay. But you look pretty gay, mate. I'm not saying it as a pejorative. You look pretty gay, and you do a lot of gay roles. I mean, just like, I think people have just assumed you're gay, but it's fair enough, right? I remember the cover of somebody told me, said, he never came out as gay. Why are you saying he's gay? Ncuti Gatwa made a name for himself, starring in his iconic LGBTQ plus role. But following his comments that he's become the first gay doctor, it's time to clear up any confusion of the actor's sexuality. No, the confusion is there is confusion of the actor's sexuality, but the point is this. It's none of my fucking business if he's gay. Is it? Like, what's that got to do with me? I talk about how it should be irrelevant, right? Simon Callow, super gay. I didn't know he was super gay. I thought he was straight. I couldn't give a shit, right? I couldn't give a shit when he's playing Charles Dickens in The Unquiet Dead, right? It didn't occur to me. I was like, oh, I wonder if that Charles Dickens likes to suck a dick, right? That never went through my fucking head, right? That never went through anybody's sane's head. That doesn't happen, right? That sort of weird thing does not happen. And I think it should be the same with Doctor Who. Like I never thought, oh, do you think Tom Baker likes the vag, or does he like sucking the dick? Well, obviously Tom Baker liked the vag. Okay, you have gaydar. I think there was straightdar. There was so much straightdar coming off Tom Baker, especially in the season 17. Lala Ward was literally dripping for Tom Baker at the time. She's into the older man thing, clearly. She dressed as a schoolgirl for City of Death. I mean, what you know, she kept that outfit when they were at their hotel room together in Paris. They were together at the time when they were together in Paris. Yes. You know, yes. Okay, there's a lot of straight dark coming off Tom Baker. But, okay, let's say Colin Baker. Colin Baker is the most gay doctor, yeah, I think, to date. Other than Jodie. No, she's not even gay. She's just, like, irritating and straight. Wanting to be gay. But, yeah, look, it doesn't really matter. Right? It doesn't really matter. I just don't see them playing him as, like, flamboyantly gay. I see I think it's going to be very fluid, right? I think it's going to be have a lot of very fluid movements with his body, right? And I think if you will have room in your headcanon to go, oh yeah, the Doctor's going to take me as a companion and fuck me in the ass, right? Yeah, I bet you're going to have that headcanon, but I don't think it'll be explicit, right? And if it is, that's gonna be. I just don't think it's gonna work, right? Well, I don't think it's gonna work because I think Russell T Davies predominantly is normal, right? Is normal. Again, not to be political, but after the State of the Union in America, who was it? Huckabee Sanders, used to be the press secretary. She gave the response to Biden, and she said, "Look, the difference it's not between left and right anymore. It's between normal and crazy, right?" And I think Russell is on team normal, right? I think he's very, very loyal to the LGBTQ world, right? I think that very much defines who he is. But I think he's on team normal, right? So I just don't see the super gay Doctor Who, right? I just don't see it at all. Maybe. Who knows? What else we got? Doctor Who exclusive. Anita Dobson's let slip the name of the mystery character and what her role entails while gushing over gorgeous lead Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. Yeah, well, she's had more scenes with Millie Gibson. So look, apparently she's playing Mrs. Flood. She's a nosy neighbour. She's a nosy neighbour of Millie Gibson of Ruby Sunday, right? And she looks fabulous in it, doesn't she? A nosy, gossipy neighbour. That's the sort of thing it's exactly the character Russell T Davies like. She's a nosy, gossipy neighbour who you're just going to kind of like anyway, because he likes everybody, right? He likes everybody and writes everybody positively, right? What else we have? There's a couple more. Let's just do a couple more. Jodie Whittaker got a new job, amazingly, right? Absolutely amazingly. She was in a Financial Times infomercial about the dangers of the interwebs. But now she's in a proper job. One Night follows a trio of women with whose shared trauma resurfaces decades later. Darling, that trauma of you in Doctor Who is going to resurface decades later. So look, this looks like the sort of role that she can take. She can handle like a Karen. She's playing a Karen. She knows how to play Karens of all kinds. She can play a mummy Karen. She can play a business Karen. She can play a girl boss. She can play a Karen. She can't play bloody Doctor Who, and that's not because she's a woman. It's because she's a shit actress. I don't think she's very clever, right? That's basically it. Finally, we got a lot of news at the beginning of this week about the all the new characters, all additional actors in the Big Finish 60th anniversary celebration, and for some reason they're focusing on Jenny and Missy, but there's tons of people. David Warner's Doctor. Do they have a list here? Here we go. Well, we've already announced Tom Baker, Peter Davis, and Colin Baker, Seth McCoy, Paul McGann, Christopher Eccleston. But they've also got who is it? Dave Bradley, I believe, playing the first Doctor. Oh no, is it Steve Newton or Dave Bradley playing the first Doctor? I don't know. Shall we? Let's go to Big Finish and find out. This is, that really wasn't working out well. That screen rant. Where'd that go from? Okay, I don't know how I came there, but I just I touched Big Finish and this came up. Okay, is it opening up? Oh, here we go. Doink. So we go to news. I'm looking forward to Luther Arkwright. That's coming out in a couple of months. There we go. Stars announced. Who they got? So who's coming out? So Michelle Gomez as Missy, Nicola Walker, Liv Schenker, Georgia Tennant as Jenny, the Doctor daughter, Michelle Ryan as Lady Christina. I like Lady Christina, right? I'm glad she's going to be in more. Camille Caudry as Jackie Tyler. Love Jackie Tyler. Nate McIntosh, Madame Vastra. Catherine Stewart as Jenny Flint. Dan Starkey as Strax. Sadie Miller as Sarah Jane Smith. She's like eased into that. And Ken Bones as the General. Christopher Nail as Harry Sullivan. It's a pretty easy one to to recreate. Beth Chalmers as Vet Clint. She's been in a lot of the War Doctor stuff, the Time War stuff, I should say. So also they got Stephen Noonan as the first Doctor, Michael Troughton the second. I like Michael Troughton the second Doctor. It's different. It's kind of fun. Tim Trelaw the third, and David Warner as the Unbound Doctor. So look, that's shaping up to be quite good. I think you get. It's how many stories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get 8 discs for the on download for the special edition. It's $75, I think, and then for the regular one, it's like $71. I think that's fair. Honestly, I think that's a fair price for that many things. And there's really. Very, very pointedly, no connection with the Jodie Whittaker era in this at all, which I think is probably a good idea, assuming they would like to sell them, right? Also, I'm not seeing so much, what's the name? What was it? What's the name? The Tanya, the person who Liv Schenker, what's the name? Nicola Walker was dating, the character was dating, who was another woman, but this woman had a penis. So I'm kind of glad they're missing that out. But just because the whole point of that character was to say, see. It's a totally normal expression of human sexuality to be a girl with a penis. I just don't think it is. I don't think if you're not a totally normal expression of human sexuality, you should feel be in any way disadvantaged or experience bigotry. But don't say it's normal when it's like saying, oh look, I'm a one-legged banjo player. That's totally normal. No, it's not. if you're a chick with a dick, no, that's not normal, mate. And again. Not saying anybody should give you a hard time about it. I'm just saying we gotta just stick with what's normal and what difference between what's normal and what's crazy. I think Rusty Davis is on team normal. I think he's on team normal. Do you think he's on team normal or do you think he's on team crazy? A lot of people think he's on team crazy. We'll find out. Time's ticking away, baby. 9 months to go. We could have a baby in the time. Instead, let's have awesome Doctor Who. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.